So we should get started. Obviously, LaW spawning up in the blue, LoW in the red. All players getting ready to rock and roll.
Exactly. Here we go, guys. Kicking it off. LaW versus LoW. Be interested to see what the tactics are now for the start of this round again. See if there's any sort of different tactics coming out than we saw the first time.
We may be having no sound, so just have a look into that for us, if that's alright.
I think it's working now. Sorry about that, guys. A bit of a technical difficulty.
Okay, so we're back. The match just kicked off. Mics are back in action, and both teams up to a very good strong start. We see LaW taking the early advantages onto B flag, while LoW are struggling to push through to Alpha.
Yeah, hopping on here with Foxtail on B flag. He's got the brain gun. He's got the Firestorm sight. See, it looks like he actually was on Firestorm then. Jumps out of the window. This B flag is definitely pivotal on this map. Although saying that, I think LoW's currently capping A flag. Maybe that's the push they're going for, but this B flag is very pivotal on this map as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, 100%. It's kind of like the anchor between the two pendulums. However, we did see last night, and I think we're going to see a repeat here, both teams just continually swapping between Alpha and Charlie, and I think this is how it's going to happen throughout the rest of the game.
Definitely. It seems as if...
Big push.
Sorry to interrupt. It seems as if this sort of triangular map is made for these sort of rotations, these quick decisions where, you know, you lose a gunfight on one flag, and you essentially just say, do you know what, guys, let's go for the other flag, we might as well. And I think you'll see that a lot. Currently, LaW, the kill feed, if you look at the kill feed, again, a great way to just see the tide of the game. All blue in the kill feed, a lot of Tommy guns. We talked about that last time. You see 5 Tommy guns in the kill feed there. You know, the meta's really strong on that one right now.
Absolutely, and especially in these maps where it's more close to medium than anything. Though we have been seeing LoW moving out with the brain guns, but we could be in for a bit of a spawn trap here if LaW can get towards the Alpha flag quickly, and if they can set that line along that watchtower and the road, they should be in for an easy victory here, leading 157 to 120.
Yeah, some really clutch kills coming through from LoW there. You know, you don't want to see a trip cap straight away at the start of the series. You know, loss of confidence, loss of morale within the party. Huge kills coming there through for LoW to prevent the trip cap and to basically stay in the game at this point.
Yeah, but now we're here with Tom and Vasi trying to hold out 2 men versus 5 at one point, and they've got one more guy left, and they would have wiped out pretty much half of LoW's team, if not more. And they've done it. Absolutely amazing play here, completely denying the push out of Alpha, forcing them to all have to respawn, and LaW are already resetting to kind of battle the next push here.
Yeah, I'm hopping on here with Zoya. I think that's how I was saying that right. He's got a really nice line of sight here into the spawn. Almost too nice. He's almost basically in the spawn. He gets taken out. But yeah, this is a pretty formidable line here for LaW. Only have one guy on air, I think, right now for LoW, and he's probably going to get taken out in short order.
Yeah, but it looks like spawns are switching a bit, with LoW spawning over on the Charlie side. It's up to Tom and Vernus here, who are trying their best to defend. Thomas with the Tommy gun absolutely tearing. Oh, correct, that's SG-44. Manages to battle off that push of 3 guys, gets the revive, Charlie secure once again, and LoW now changing tactics, going straight for Bravo, really drawing out these LaW players and trying to string them too far too thin. But
oh, wow.
They just seem to be winning these crazy engagements here. It's unreal.
I was going to say, there's some two-piece there which wasn't necessary. The trade probably you would expect to come through, but, you know, props to Intrinsic there for LaW. Popping that two-piece, and I think Hardstyles is just trying to stay alive for spawns. He does again, but he's got one more. He can't do it. And LaW win that engagement and hold on to this trip cap, which has been going on for far too long. If you're a side LoW.
Last we saw it, 20 ticket difference, and now we're looking at an almost 90 ticket difference now between the two teams. LoW are going to have to pull something really big out the bag if they want to stand a chance at winning this round. And obviously they want to try and narrow those tickets as much as possible, because if this comes down to a draw, every ticket matters.
100%. I mean, I don't want to say it too early, but I think maybe this map is a bit done, but that does not mean the match is done by any stretch. I've definitely been part of a few games where, you know, map 1, you come out slow, and you basically say, guys, let's chalk that one up, it's all good. Go into the next map and come out firing, but I think for this one right now, LaW is definitely in the strong position here.
Yeah, and I think it definitely rolls around those 2 or 3 key players that are able to basically hold off 5 guys. at once, and it's the ability to know that this guy's on the flag, it's him and his mate, and they're going to hold off a whole team that's really kind of propping up this defense for LaW at the moment and allowing them to continue with that triple cap.
Couldn't agree more. You see on the side of LaW, I think on the kill feed, Tom Assist 11-1, Vasilia 1973 11-0, I think at this current time. Crazy starts for them. It's just really like CSA that one of them goes down. But this trip cap is just, you know, not ending anytime soon as far as I'm aware. I think one guy may be on B for LoW, but it's going to be a bit too late, I think.
Yeah, it's nuts. And again, we had that B push here, the whole of LoW pushing onto B, besides Vox here trying to apply some pressure to Charlie. But it's just not going well. I mean, these LaW guys are holding off. It looks like we may be seeing a little bit of a break for LoW in the field here.
I was keeping an eye on hard styles there for LoW underneath the B house. There's sort of like a beam area where you can sort of basically just camp there and play some angles, and he did that very well. But like we said, I think the trip cap went on for a bit too long, and it looks like it's going to be 141 to 0 here on Lofton Islands in favour of LaW. So there you have it, map 1, guys. Wasn't as close as we anticipated. Maybe I know absolutely nothing about Battlefield competitive at this rate. Sold it as a, you know, BCL Division 3 was pretty close in the final. I think LoW came out on top as far as I'm aware, and didn't necessarily translate into this BMF Season 6 League game, but again, new map, new day for LoW coming out to Provence here.
Every game is a different game, and you can't really judge a lot by what happens previous games, but it's just an absolutely cracking performance from LaW in that last round. Couldn't have faulted them.
Very true. I mean, there's not much to say improvement-wise. I think at times, maybe on Friday when it was MTHR versus MMI, there was times where we sort of thought, you know, maybe this could have been done better, maybe this could have been done better tactical-wise. I think if you're looking at the side of LaW on that one, we really can't fault that one. There wasn't really any mistakes as far as I saw on their side that map.
100%. Now we're moving into a bit more of a linear map. However, we saw, I think, a lot of good play around the centre of the map here. That bottom flag being capped a lot, switching between the two teams. But I think that church area is going to be very difficult for either team to try and attack. Very open flag. And we see a lot of these guys using the Tommy gun. I'm expecting everyone to be using it in this game. It's going to be very difficult to push people off the flags.
Oh yeah, big time. And we sort of see as the overview of the map before on the screen. We talk about, you know, lines a lot in competitive. You know, try and get, you know, A and B, for example, and hold the line. On this map, the line for A spawn outside the church, as you mentioned, that is a really tough spot to get out of. So LoW, unfortunately, after losing map 1, have that A spawn. So if they get pushed back by LaW, you know, if LaW have CB, it's going to be hard to get out. So I'm going to look at that rest of the match, see if that, you know, plays out as anticipated.
100%, and a very strong start from LoW here, managing to capitalise on the quick access they have to Bravo, quickly pushing off those LaW players, and I think this may be their map.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want to put too much weight onto the first opening gunfight, but when two players pop a two-piece with the Thompson straight away, that's a good indicator maybe. But LaW making this push here onto A as well.
Yeah, we've got two guys here. Let's see if Fornox can actually withstand the push. Unfortunately, he can't. Tommy guns blitzing through the players. Two more guys push back to see if they can defend A here, just getting gunned down straight off the head glitch on the stairs. And it looks like LaW are going to cap A here, and the defense is holding strong on Charlie as well.
Yeah, maybe this is a tactic you'll see later on as, you know, this map sort of develops into competitive play. Maybe this like AC hold is actually easier to hold than it would be to do the usual more linear styles. See it's working out here for LaW. I mean, again, these Tommy guns are really coming out. I think LoW's making some adjustments. You see the ZK being used. You see the Tommy gun again on their side, on LoW's side, but I think the medic balance on LaW's side, I think they've got like 4 or 5, you know, pretty capable medics on their side, so that's going to be a bit of an issue for LoW going forward, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And it looks like LaW have just pretty much abandoned the Bravo flag. Yeah. They've decided that it's not worth the push. will just hold on to these 2 flags and just slowly bleed the tickets. And it's working. They've got a 10-point lead at the moment. And if they keep the killing up as they have been, it's going to only increase that lead of theirs.
Definitely. You see a lot of action going around B flag here. I think LaW have actually decided, you know what, let's get greedy. Let's get the B flag as well. Why not at this stage? You know, I think
Yeah, going for that triple cap.
Yeah. I think you'd be confident in your gunfights at this rate. So I don't see why not. Then again, LoW getting the B random spawn there, I think just in time. But I think they're going to go for C instead of B here. So I think they made that conscious decision to do that. Although they do have a lot of presence here now. Let's just see what goes on with gunfights.
Yeah, it looks like they lost their gunfight in Alpha. Mov managing to win, and he's going to cap that for his team. But it looks like even if they cap Alpha, it's not going to do much for them. They need to try and retain this Bravo flag, which they have.
It's looking good for LoW. Maybe
Silly here.
I'm glad they avoided the trip cap mainly. It looks like I think there's still one LaW guy on B here contesting the flag, but I think maybe A B is possible. Oh, I say that I think losing A, right? Okay, that was short-lived, unfortunately. Yeah, A is pretty much gone.
I mean, looking at Vasily here with his never-ending Thompson. Gotta love those glitches, spectator, but he's absolutely clearing house now on the flag. And that's going to be big plays for him and his team, allowing them to recap that Bravo flag and get the triple cap if they can hold on to it.
100%. I'm going to hop on with Vasily here. See if he can carry on this reign of terror. I assume it was a bit of a trippy one to see him in the spectator glitch and also picking up kills. Here he is again, challenging the gunfight. He gets one, gets taken out. Fixie with a 2-piece there to retaliate. But I mean, the spawn trap is real here.
100%, a ton of smoke going down, cutting off all kinds of line of sight, but allowing those Tommy guns to get nice, close and personal. We saw Rally going down, getting hit from the wall here. Not very good, and LoW just kind of washing themselves up against the immovable object at the moment. Putting pressure on Alpha. Good.
I think B flag is now the focus for LoW here. Although I think LaW still have enough to basically hold it still at this rate. The gunfight's going to be really important. Intrinsic trying to stay alive here. The trade's coming in so thick and fast. The first person view is almost impossible to keep up with. But I think B is going to be held for now. It's really close
gunfight-wise. The absolute powerhouse of Vasily on Bravo as well. I think he's just running circles around them.
Big time. He's been their top slayer so far. 12 and 3 to start this game off. He's going to help out another one. He's going to get taken down there.
No, unfortunately, I think we're going to see the trade coming in. Unfortunately, not absolutely crucial kills here from LoW. Even with the revive as well. Hardstyle's doing some good work here.
Yeah, Voxel there.
He really seems to be.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no.
No. That's all.
No. I'm British. You go first, please. I insist.
See, we're so polite here in the UK. No, going back to the action, Voxel there doing the God's work. You know, gets the 2-piece with the medic, gets the revive. That's what you got to do. The medic's probably, you know, the hardest class to play, I think, in competitive play, but probably also the most important play. If you can get those revives, they can really swing a flag one way or the other here. But again, I think just the sheer gun power of some of these medics on LaW is really, you know, suited to this map, number one. But also, I think they're just outperforming LoW's, you know, counterparts on their side at the moment.
Norwegian hit with a very tough 1v3 here. Unfortunately, it goes down. We're going to see Zeke coming in from the side with the Thompson, trying to get that 1v2 going. He's pinned down, unfortunately goes down as well. And it looks like LoW managing to push into Charlie, but 2 plays very quick from LaW, straight off the spawn, managing to come in and clean that up. They're very quick on the losing of the flags here. They've either got 1 or 2 people just waiting for players to move off before they can push in, or they're very quick to stop triple caps like we saw here with Charlie. LaW still leading 119 to 42, so fairly big gap there. I think LoW have only just switched on and are trying to get their foot back in the field.
Oh, big time. If you're a fan of game mechanics and spawns, I think LaW just showed you how, you know, powerful A spawn can be. I think they lost the flag, they took the random spawn before it was taken, and they basically spawned right upon this road right next to the flag, and they were able to get 4 guys attacking the flag. Nevertheless, I think LoW come in with a 4-piece, so that always helps. So great retaliation from them there.
100%, and it looks like LoW are losing the B flag here. It's going to go back to the duo cap for Law, but we've got a big push coming out through center map towards Bravo. We've only 2 guys in the building to defend. Infamous on the flank here, getting an absolute crucial spray. Only gets the 1, but slowed them down enough, I think, for the guys to reset in the building. And we're just down to Vasily again, all on his lonesome to defend.
I mean, I have no doubts in this guy right now. He's definitely been one of the star players for LaW in the first 2 maps of this game. I'm expecting a 2-piece. Don't let me down. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3.
There's a 3. Can he get the 4th?
Oh my!
Can he get the 4th? Oh, and he goes
Holy
down.
moly.
Oh, absolute beast of a play, though. Absolute beast. Luckily for LoW, Vasily wasn't able to hold on to that flag, and they've absolutely shown him force now. 5-6 guys spawning on, one guy going around the right to Charlie, and LaW are shit out of luck, but they've reacted quickly and they've retaken Alpha, punishing LoW for their mistake in overcompensating for Bravo.
Exactly as you say. I think, you know, even the fact that he was taken out, but after a 3-piece, just the sheer lack of presence LoW had on B there also translates, as you say, to other flags. So they lose A straight away. I think they're going to get C back unless LaW, you know, spawn an intrinsic. I think, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, the thing is that they're not leaving any people on the flags, and that's something LaW is doing very, very well. They've always got 1 or 2 guys on the flags, and the moment players move off, they're on it. They're capping the flag straight away, and they're just keeping that rotation up, and it's paying off. They've almost got an 80-point lead here on tickets, but I think they're kind of losing a bit of stamina here. LoW managing to hold on to 2 flags for a lot longer than they would have done at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly as you say. I think LoW may be waking up a bit, maybe warming up a bit after the first round, but nevertheless, I think they're starting to dig themselves out of a hole here with a couple of, you know, short-lived 2 caps going on. But it might be a little bit too much to overcome. Then again, as we saw last on Friday on Fjell, it's never too late to make a comeback on this game if you start getting some kills and some flag caps. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that was what a game that went to, down to the wire. One last push by 3 guys managing to win that. But I think 89-15, can LoW really do it on this map? Are they going to lose a second?
I think that looks like, I mean, the A and B flags coming through. It's hard to see on this map. I mean, it's been so back and forth. You never know how long they're going to hold it. So A, B right now. But again, this A back spawn, I mentioned it earlier. 4 guys spawn there before the flag is truly capped. And that means you can spawn on this road. And this 4 hit, I mean, good luck. Again, if you want to pop another 4-piece, then try and do that. But that's not a consistent way forward as far as I'm aware. But maybe that's a thing. I don't think so.
Yeah, but they're going to end this on a triple cap here, LaW. They're putting the final nails in the coffin for LoW, pushing into Bravo.
Nice.
Unfortunately, guys couldn't hold on Alpha. But again, what's LoW going to do? They're in a double cap here, and that's the perfect scenario LaW want.
Exactly. It feels like if LoW win some gunfights, they're not winning, you know, 4 down at once. It feels like they're sort of winning the trades and having 1 guy left, and then the rest of the LaW basically say, okay, that's fine, you can have that flag. We're just going to spawn on B. We're just going to retake that flag. Don't worry about that one. And that's, I think, it's been the story of the map so far.
Oh, 100%.
And there you have it. Final score for this map is going to be 0-76 in favour of LaW. So I think LaW is going to go 2-0 up in maps. Then again, we have seen LoW sort of, you know, I think to the latter stages of this map on Provence have woken up a bit. And more importantly, perhaps for them, we are now going to go on to the sort of, you know, main competitive maps, the maps that these players have been playing on for about 9 months since launch now. So I think they're going to be a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, we are moving around into the next map. And like you said, a lot more comfortable. These maps have been played time and time again for a lot of these guys. And I think we're going to start seeing probably a bit more of a push from LoW. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they're going to be a bit more in the element here.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, the arrest tactics, again, there's sort of 2 main tactics here, as you might expect, coming off the start, without even seeing what these teams are going to do. You're probably either going to see, you know, both teams hitting B like crazy, or one of the teams deciding, actually, let's try and get cute with it, and try and maybe go for the home spawn of the other team, then again, the sort of the size of this map compared to the maps we've been playing on so far on Lofton and Provence is notable. So these rotations that you've been seeing from LaW, maybe not as smooth as you might expect on the smaller maps. A lot of ground to cover there. So again, I'm sort of
perfectly agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping that LoW sort of think, okay, guys, we've, you know, took a bad loss in the first map, we came back a little bit on the second map, and this is the sort of, you know, this is our comfort zone. This is the map we are used to. We know our setup, we know our strategies, we know our tactics, and this is the way we're going to start getting our way back into this map. It's definitely still possible for them to win this match overall. So, you know, it's not over yet. Don't think by any stretch it's over because of the first two maps.
But I mean, you're talking quite a big ticket difference between the two teams here. 217 tickets between them. LoW have to really pull something out the bag here over the course of the next few rounds to try and narrow that down as much as possible.
Yeah.
They've got 4 maps to do it in.
That is very true. It looks like we're going to see 5 on B for... Is that 6? I think it's 6 on B for LaW, so that's their strategy. And the counter strategy coming in from LoW. Their tank is going for A flag. I assume, therefore, LaW are going to win B flag. And then they're going to get a complete counter push straight away on A. Let's see how this goes down here. Gunfights on tractor there, won by LaW, and I think just the trades are going to come through here. I assume only one guy left for LoW. Oh, there's one more. There's one more in the back, near sandbags. Yeah. He's backtracked now. But surely.
Yeah, he's just trying to hold those spawns, but he's getting hunted down by 2 guys now. Goes down straight away. But LaW committed everything to that push, and unfortunately, they've lost Alpha. The tank not really doing much for them. And I think on a video he's holding up pretty well. I think this time last round we saw a lot of the players going down and switching. The tank maps are always kind of difficult to judge how it's going to happen, what's going to happen. But yeah, it's a pretty boring tank battle at the moment. Last game we saw some very interesting stuff happening.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe if you're new to competitive and you're watching for the first time, you see repair people, you know, repairmen for the sport class a lot on these tanks here. Both teams have one currently. The reason for this is because, you know, the tank battles are so close and the skill gap is so narrow on the tank that, you know, a repairman can really swing the battle in the favour. I think LoW's tank's going to push here on Zevrunas for LaW. This is probably going to be a tank down one way or the other. Both teams are going for this kill here. I don't know what
LaW's tank's doing. He's not even looking in the right direction for the first hit there.